Sorry again, everybody. Had to use the restroom. Of course, my wife had to use the restroom. Now she's asking me for a couple dollars to give these guys some money. They're raising money for soldiers, for drug addiction and stuff like that. And I don't have the cash on me. It's actually in here, so got a few extra dollars in cash. It's always good to have a few dollars extra in cash, just in case, you know, power outage and your credit card don't work, your debit card or whatever. You can't always rely on technology. Sometimes you got to use old-fashioned cash. So I'll be back in just a minute. We'll be back on the road again. I'm going to put another piece of tape on this phone holder, and we should be back on the road in just a few minutes, so sit tight. Sorry, everybody, again. One of the little dogs, Jack Russell, kind of threw up a little bit. Got to clean it up off the seat. This is a real small amount. She's a small dog, but I guess she must be getting a little car sick. Okay. If you've ever traveled with pets, you know exactly what this is like. This is nothing new for you. Give me just a second here. I'm going to put a little bit more tape on this phone holder to keep it. I think the reason it came off is because I was going up that steep hill. And all the weight of the phone was leaning towards me, so it kind of pulled the phone holder right off its base. So I'm going to put electric tape on it for support. So give me just 1 second, please. I used up all my sticky adhesive and Velcro pads. So now I've got to use box tape. I'll keep putting it on there until this thing just stays put. Ain't nothing duct tape can't fix. If it's broke, get a hammer. Hammers fix everything, right? Alright, hopefully that'll help. And we are going to get back on the road again here. I've got to turn myself around. I got to back up and turn myself around so I'm facing off the driveway the right way. So my wife's just waiting on me to do that. I guess maybe I should sit here and just do nothing and just sit here and just make her wait for no reason, like she does to me. Alright, here we go. We're running again. How many times have I said here we go in this video so far? Anybody keeping count? I guess I gotta try not to say that so much. Okay, I'll have to get this camera reset too. Get the view reset so it looks a little better. Nobody beside of me. Nobody. Tighten up my seatbelt. Nobody behind me. Alright, nobody beside of me. Nobody behind me. That's all I need to know. You ever driven a big, large vehicle, you know having this backup camera is a lifesaver, brother. Oh man, boy, I tell you that, it is a lifesaver. Because you cannot see anything behind you because this vehicle is so big and so long. My wife's kind of stuck where she's at. She's strapped. She's got a pickup truck there with a fishing boat hanging out. Oh, there she goes. She can make it. She's gonna make it, everybody. Look, she's gonna make it. There she goes. She made it. She's a pretty good driver. She makes mistakes just like everybody else, but all in all, she's no different than anyone else. She's a good driver. Coming on my side now, I gotta wait. We are getting back on track. Here we go. Now let me adjust this phone real quick. Let me make sure I got it right. I don't want to get all messed up for y'all. There's a bumpy stretch of entrance ramp right there. That is bumpy. There we go. It's a little bit better. We're standing out there at that gas station with the dogs. I don't know if you can see me in the video walking the dogs a little bit while my wife was using the restroom. You could feel that wind blowing. I was just standing there. There's a little gust of breeze coming up every few seconds. So it was pretty, this truck's letting me in. See, truck drivers are nice people, man. He let me in, so he adjusts his camera. I don't like the angle it's showing. It's It's hard to play with the camera while you're driving a 40,000 pound vehicle. Really not the safest thing in the world to do. I'll tell you that. Not exactly what they would teach you. You probably fail your driver's test. Gigantic turn. Got a car next to me too. I don't want to swerve and scare the tar out of that car. There we go. That looks a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. Well, anyway, at this gas station too, and the breeze was just blowing out there pretty good. It's blowing on me, and I went to this gas station, used the restroom. You know, had to drinking some ginger ale and having coffee, so I had got to go number one every once in a while. And nothing worse than going into a public restroom, any public restroom. Doesn't matter if it's a public building, a gas station, where or some office building. Doesn't matter. Nothing worse than going to the bathroom. There's no toilet paper in there. Of course, I didn't really need no toilet paper because I was just going tinkle. But still, that's a feeling right there. You go into a bathroom, you gotta do your thing, and there's no toilet paper. Nothing more frustrating than that when you're traveling. So, well, we made it up the mountain, so to speak, if you can call that a mountain. It's a pretty steep hill, I'll tell you. I guess they do consider it kind of somewhat of a mountain. But we made it up over. Now we gotta go down. Hopefully I don't burn my brakes up. So here we go. We're back, and the clouds again are getting darker. It's following us. Every time we stop, it catches up to us. So we shouldn't have to stop again until we get outside of Atlanta. There's no reason for us to stop. Unless my wife wants to walk the dogs, I guess. You know, the dogs are dogs. They gotta go to the bathroom too, just like people. Dogs do what dogs do. Just like people do. Using that engine brake. One thing I like about this RV, it has the engine brake, just like a semi-truck. Help me get down these hills without burning my brakes up. Driving lessons all over again. Take another driver course for this size vehicle. Maybe I just need to relearn. Just need to relearn how to drive it. And catching up to this truck. Like that. I'm catching up to this truck too fast. Gotta slow down. Last thing I want to do is slam into the back of this truck. Yeah, I gotta go slower. I'm starting to pick up too much speed down this hill. Gotta get over to the next lane so I can get it. This guy's going. I understand being cautious and going slow, but he's going, and his car gets over, shoot. It's gonna whip right over in front of me, or on the side of me. Going just a little bit too slow, but I can understand his caution. But he is going awfully slow, and I'm not gonna get over again anytime soon. I am stuck behind this truck for a little bit. Got too many cars whipping up on my left side. Chance to get over. That's insane. That engine brake is an awesome thing, I'll tell you that. That saves your air brakes. When you got a large heavy vehicle with air brakes, you have no idea how much a hill like this will tear them up. How much damage they do. So it's awesome. of a sprinkle, a little bit of a shower again. Starting to rain just a little bit, not heavy, just a little sprinkle. Not going down the hill so much that bothers me. It don't bother me at all. I'm not afraid of the hill. It's all the cars around me because you don't ever know what they're going to do because they all whip in and out so fast. And as I said earlier, a lot of cars, drivers, they just don't realize how much harder it is to control a large heavy vehicle like a truck or a large recreational vehicle, you know, going down a hill like that. They don't understand that. See how low those clouds are hanging. They are low. They are low, thick, getting darker. Kind of wish I knew what the weather was like back home. They should be getting hit with at least some kind of rain by now. You know, heavier rain, more so than what we're getting here. Starting to have to rain a little harder. Perfect timing though. If it's gonna start to rain a little heavier, I'm glad I'm off that mountain. Controlling that vehicle coming down a big hill is bad enough, but a wet hill, it makes it even more difficult. I'm glad we're off that hill. Headed into Chattanooga. Not far at all. At all. Turn my wiper speed down a little bit. In fact, I think I can turn them off. Oh, maybe not. Turn them on a lower speed. Here we go. Go. Oh, the rain stopped again. That's good. A little bit more traffic on the road than I thought there would be, considering it's New Year's Day. It's a holiday. You know, but maybe I guess people are ending their holiday vacation today and going back home, wherever they came from, because Christmas is over with. Maybe they're out for the whole week of Christmas on vacation. Maybe they're going home today. I don't know. There definitely is more traffic on the road. You would think a holiday would be less cars. A lot of people sitting at home with hangovers, sleeping it off. Or just sitting there watching some kind of football games, some kind of bowl games or something. Road's a little bit smoother here, that's for sure. Not as many bumps, potholes, and These nasty ditches right in the middle of the road. Quiet now. Just driving along, following my wife. First time that I've said it. Wow, look at the beautiful shot of that. Right over the top of that hill line right there. Right over the top, look at that. Isn't that nice? And it is bright. Look how bright and white those clouds are. I don't know if y'all can see it in the video, but it is bright. Actually, almost kind of blinded me a little bit when I look at it. Taking us longer to get to Atlanta than I thought it would. Of course, we've made quite a few stops already. We are driving a lot slower. Gotta slow down. I'm not speeding up. She's picking up speed and getting ahead of me. Jasper, Tennessee. Woo wee. I wonder what the population is there. I wonder how big it is. I've driven by here before. I've seen that sign. I just never really thought about it. Jasper, Tennessee. Does anybody know how big it is? How many square miles? What the population is? You know, is it really small, like a rural farm town? Is it kind of like a medium-sized town with a lot of businesses, a main downtown, a strip area, like strip malls and things like that. Appreciate it if anybody could tell me. If you live in Jasper, Tennessee, tell me. I will not miss about Tennessee. One thing I'm looking forward to in Florida. Tennessee, of course, it's a very hilly, curvy state. Natural features. It's a lot of mountains, hills, a lot of curves, a lot of hard rock. That's hard to build roads around. So instead of, they don't try to dig out all this, tons and tons of rocks, which is incredibly hard to remove. They just blow holes in it and just, try to go around. Of course, they got to follow all the curves and the contours of the land. That's why Tennessee the roads are so curvy and hilly. Florida, of course, only being literally just, however many few feet above sea level. It's going to be pretty straight, flat, not much curves at all. There's very little of any hills. Maybe in the northern part of Florida, I'm not quite sure, close to Georgia, maybe. I could imagine there's a few hills there, but not much. Nothing really significant. But I believe the majority of Florida is pretty flat because it's so close to sea level. It's going to be a lot easier to drive on flat, straight roads. You're constantly going around 20 million sharp curves and up and down hills, left and right. A lot better in gas mileage, too. It's a lot harder for a vehicle to go up and down hills all the time than it is to drive on a nice, straight, flat, smooth road. There's that. I'm not going to miss the roads in Tennessee. Especially when you're driving a 40-foot RV. This is kind of frustrating, constantly hitting every sharp curve. One curve after another. It's not very fun. The wind's calmed down a little bit on this side of the mountain. The wind's gotten a little bit calmer. It's not blowing me around that much. I don't feel the wind pushing on the RV like I did before when we were on the other side of the mountain. The wind has definitely calmed down. It's amazing too how very large formations, mountains can have an effect on the weather like that. Breaking up the pattern of the weather, what the weather's trying to do, it can't move. It's got to move up and down and follow the contours of the land. It's amazing how that works. So on one side of the mountain, they're going to get bad storms later, possible tornadoes, flash floods. Of course, high winds, straight line winds. And on the other side of the mountain, the sky's got, there's more blueness in the sky. It's not as cloudy. It's not raining. And the wind is definitely calmer on this side of the mountain. So just on one side compared to the other, that's incredible. So I guess the grass, that old cliche, I guess the grass really is greener on the other side. River. Never heard of it. I almost thought it said Sasquatch River. I had to look at the sign again to make sure I was reading it right. It's Sequatchie, it's not Sasquatch. Nice little place to live. Nice little area. Bunch of farmland. Nice little view in front of me. Jack down.